2 years ago, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, responded to a proposal led by two scientists, Dr. Peter Sheng, University of Florida, and Dr. Michael Savarese, Florida Gulf Coast University, to study the potential impacts of future storm surge and sea level rise in Collier County, a project that looks at the region's vulnerability to climate change. Sheng and Savarese were awarded $1 million by the agency for a 3-year study which began in June 2017. Collier County was chosen as the study area by Sheng and Savarese because of the geographic vulnerability of the region and the receptiveness of the county and city leadership to the NOAA proposal. Collier County government endorsed the scientist application, and staff have been working closely with Sheng and Savarese as they develop the tools to create a collection of computer modeling generated maps, simulating the possible impacts to the county's future landscape. Collier's 3 cities, Marco Island, Everglades City, and Naples, are also partnered in the project. The 2 tools demonstrated will be an inundation assessment system, which predicts the depth and extent of seawater flooding due to increased tides, sea level, and storms, and a rapid forecasting system, which uses a database of computer model generated flood maps to quickly predict the storm generated surge and flooding in advance of their landfall.
As this scientific work has been going on and as these tools are being developed, we, a collection of the team members and people from the county, volunteers, have gone into the community and asked those people in the community to speak about their concerns and to talk about what they view as assets. So it provides insights for how what's of value might be affected. Now, we've done this 2 ways. We've gone into the professional community, people working for county and city government, natural and cultural resource managers. We've compiled descriptions and locations of assets from these people, and they're already within the database, and the models can be run on top of those maps. In addition, we've solicited assets from 80 or so community leaders. These are civic leaders representing various sectors of the economy and social services, including healthcare, real estate development, agribusiness, the religious organizations, general business, and tourism. And we've asked them for their opinions and the identification of their assets as well. And they are being mapped as we speak.
The vision of this project is we want to develop this tool for Collier County, and including the urban and natural systems, so they can use this tool to adapt the impact of climate change to produce a sustainable and economically healthy Southwest Florida in the context of increasing future inundation risk. And here on the left, we see a study domain includes not just the coastal region, but we go quite a bit into the ocean and quite a bit inland, so we can cover the community, mangrove and marsh area. And on the right, you'll see a large mangrove forest, one of the largest in the Gulf Coast region. And this is the very valuable resources to the region because it provides valuable ecosystems services, including fishery habitat, ecosystem diversity, and flood protection. And so these are the focus of our study, looking at the future inundation risk, as well as the green infrastructure provided by mangrove and marshes in protecting the community from future inundation risk.
Accune is an integrated web-based tool developed with the best available climate, coastal, and ecological sciences and significant end-user input. Guides end users to develop coastal resiliency plan for flood protection, estuarine preservation, and mangrove restoration. The Accune products developed to this point include mangrove distribution maps in 2017, tropical cyclones for future climate, sea level rise scenarios, probabilistic coastal inundation maps for current and future climate, and maximum inundation maps and economic impact maps for Irma.
So here is the Accune map, Accune system You log in here, we can see these are bathtub 1 foot flooding, bathtub with 6 feet flooding. As you can see, the inundation is not too bad, right? On the right is the scale. Blue is 1 foot all the way to 15 feet, but mostly it's blue, and it doesn't really look too bad. Only the coastal area, you get 6 feet in the south here. So what we see here, we pick a track. We pick a Hurricane Irma. This is the Hurricane Irma track. So we have the pressure here, radius, maximum wind, forward speed, all built in. We click here. It gives us a flood map in about 1 minute. So here's one example of the inundation map. And let's say if we want to reset this, so we want to move the Irma track. Okay, now it's blue. I can move it. I can move this track west. So I'm moving this to Centerville, right? We want to see what's this going to affect. Collier County, you might think the worst impact is going to be Centerville, but you might be surprised that it actually going to have a very different impact on. So I also made the pressure deficit a little higher, a little larger, the radius, the maximum wind a little larger, forward speed a little slower, everything that will make the impact stronger. So in less than a minute, you will see a new inundation map from this rapid forecasting system for Collier County. As you can see, this inundation, if you remember the last inundation map, this shows much larger inundation in Collier County. So this tool, again, is provided to the Collier County emergency managers for planning purposes so that they can plan during hurricane season or off season. In between seasons, they can plan out the worst case scenarios that might hit the county and figure out what part of the county is the most vulnerable to these different scenarios, and you can do adaptation accordingly.